back to your channel, 21st Century Learners. Miss Michelle here, your guide, ready to serve you with bite-sized lessons and insights. In the previous video of Chapter 2 of Trends, Networks, and Critical Thinking Skills in the 21st Century, we navigated through networks to establish a clear understanding of how they work, which opened the window of reality that you and I are part and parcel of these local and global networks where they continue to shape our personal and social lives. Having learned the 5 key points of analyzing networks, it is important to make a critical analysis of the networks of relationships in the organizations for us to obtain a more complete picture of the social situation or phenomena. Through this, it will provide us a basis for global solidarity with others, since as human family, we are interdependent. Expanding Chapter 2, today we're going to get acquainted with 2 distinct skills in analyzing networks. They are strategic analysis and intuitive thinking. So let's get started. Strategic thinking in its simplest form is the ability to plan for the future. It is the capacity to prepare strategies and bring to mind ideas that will both cope to the changing environments and consider various challenges that lie ahead. Candidates who possess strategic thinking skills elevate as top talent, making them managers, directors, executives, and successful leaders. In other words, strategic thinking is an ability to look for new solutions to old problems and constantly reinvent your point of view in a way that is unique and benefits the purpose of your organization. As contrast to strategic thinking, intuitive thinking is a kind of thinking that will help you understand the moment in the absence of logic or analysis. There's no language involved in it either. It is entirely science and sensation. Most of the time, it goes against whatever we might think of as rational. Even now, intuitive thinking is a mystery to the world of science. Intuitive thinking is somewhere between emotions and rationality, which is exactly why it is so mysterious. Science even say that intuitive thinking happens somewhere in a region of our brain close to pineal gland. It lines up somewhere in the middle of our forehead between our eyebrows, so it must be somewhere here. As humans, we are blessed with 2 amazing gifts: the ability to think rationally and the ability to think intuitively. Reflecting on these 2 forms of thought, I can say they're distinct from one another, and thus a question when to use appropriately is a key takeaway. Rational thinking is most appropriate when a life situation presented all the facts and there is a clear understanding of a word or deed. There is no ambiguity or unknown. Because the world has certain order and predictability, the rational mind can make reasoned decisions founded on the trust of this external order and predictability. Rational thinking is best exemplified by Sun Tzu when he said, "Every battle is won before it is fought." To illustrate that, I'm going to provide you an example of how rational thinking works. For example, your parents are struggling with finances for the whole family, and they told you to stop schooling for a year since it's COVID pandemic anyway. Then you are pressed with that goal of completing your education because it is something that will improve your life in the future. Then you start thinking of ways how to solve that problem. Coming up with a strategy of online selling and reselling which can provide solution to your financial need. Thinking that you don't even need to stop studying because you can juggle things anyway. Then you have exercised strategic thinking in the family network where you belong. Intuitive thinking, on the other hand, is most appropriate when the consequences of our words and actions are unknown. When faced with the unknown consequences of a decision, intuitive thinking must rely on feelings. The intuitive mind must make an inner journey into the soul, must become more vulnerable and open to insights whose conclusions rest upon the foundation of an inner sense of trust. To provide an example for this, let's just say you are so much bothered with the seemingly unstoppable increase in the COVID cases in your community. In fact, it's starting to give you a great deal of worry despite doing the protocols religiously. Intuitive thinking in this case calls to your inner self to be open to insights and have that sense of inner trust that everything will get better in God's perfect time. So, wrapping up this session, be competent enough to decide which should you use in doing critical analysis in the networks that entangles your personal and social relationships. The power is yours, and it's a gift just waiting to be unleashed. That would be all for now, ladies and gentlemen. If this video was helpful, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Till next time, bye!